Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King, and today I'm going to be giving you part 11 of What If Naruto Was the Strongest Half-Breed Uchiha. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys don't forget to go ahead and check out the other What Ifs on the other channels. If you're new, yes I indeed have 4 of them, for that I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and destroy that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. So the last time we left off, Naruto found himself in a space that he was never in before. Looking around, Naruto tried to search for an exit. That is when he heard a voice spoke up. As Naruto thought that it was the evil dragon, but it was not. When he woke up though, Naruto had images in his mind, but he didn't have time for that as he told him to get him back to Konoha, which he did rather quickly. Arriving there, Naruto saw the shinobis attacking. Naruto went into assault mode. Bodies started to drop like fly. As he asked Kakashi where were the others. Kakashi told him to go and stop the One-Tails, as his sister had already made her way out there. Naruto did not hesitate to make his way out there. While that was going on, Sasuke was angry, forced to rely on the curse mark more than once now, and yet still Gaara had kicked his ass. He went into a rage as he almost attacked Natsume, but Naruto arrived and knocked him out. But they didn't have time for that as they glanced up toward the gigantic beast. Shukaku was up there. Shukaku was happy and beaming with joy, releasing an obscene amount of power. However, Naruto had to make a move, and fast, which he did. Naruto went through Hansan and summoned Ra, the sealed away dragon. Naruto was the only one that can bring him back to this realm. Natsume was shocked. Her brother had such a cool summon, as the other two summon were there in their human form, shocked that Ra was here. It seems that Naruto had done it, and they were beyond impressed. As Naruto turned his gaze toward Shukaku, who started to build up an obscene amount of chakra. The thing was, Ra had been sealed away for some time now, so he was rusty when it comes to Drytonic chakra at the moment. Not exactly rusty, but low on it. So Naruto pumped his chakra into the gigantic dragon, which caused him to release an attack that split the Biju bomb, blasting Shukaku away. Naruto thanked Ra for his help as he leaped forward, using a genjutsu, as his sister rushed forward and flashed through Hansan. Bringing her hands together, she brought a gigantic tree that wrapped around Shukaku while Naruto quickly used a genjutsu and captured Shukaku. He then moved forward as he completely disabled the beast. Upon doing that, Naruto started to work on Gaara's seal, as Conqueror and Temari came over to see what was going on. Kakashi arrived in the scene as he told them what happened, as they also knew about the Kazekage being killed and Orochimaru taking his place. Temari blamed that they were the ones at fault here, but they could not know. Given Orochimaru's intellect and how long he's been deceiving and tricking people, Kakashi doubted they would ever know, unless he wanted them to find out. So with that, they made their way back to the village. A few days passed. Hiruzen had fallen in battle. Natsume did not take it well. She was upset, she was angry. The only way to get her calmed down was have Naruto by her side. However, they were going to take her out of the village because they were going for the new Hokage. So with that, they left the village, making their way. Upon their trip, Jiraiya was caught by a girl. She sent him glances and he got infatuated. So with that, he made a quick move and went over towards her. However, Naruto told Natsume that something was up. A genjutsu was placed on that girl. He pretended like he did not know though. So with that, they waited. Itachi and Kisame came soon after, as Naruto did not much care about Uchiha Bond or any of that crap. However, Sasuke arrived and wanted to kill Itachi, but he stood no chance. Itachi ended up using the black flames to burn out the wall when Jiraiya arrived on the scene, as they escape away from him. So with that, Natsume was sticking close to Jiraiya as Naruto split apart. They were searching for Tsunade. While that was going on, Shizune spoke to her master. As they were going toward Tanzuka-gai, there was a 50% off there in gambling, so they were more than happy to spend the day there. Well, Tsunade was. Shizune was just going along for her master, as she was bringing back memories of Naruto and Natsume. As Tsunade doubt that any of them want to see her, especially Naruto. She was coming back to the village, but hearing about Sayori's death, it upset her even more, seeing that they deemed her to be Naruto's godmother, and yet Sayori had died. So Tsunade swallowed her feelings and just left. And Natsume was also her goddaughter as well. Just imagine how the girl would be. Also, Natsume was having a bit of a trouble, as Jiraiya was just focused on training. Natsume was eternally grateful for Naruto being her brother, but to hear that Jiraiya was her godfather, she wanted him to act more like a godfather, which he did not. As Naruto sat down with her and talked to her like a big brother should. So with that, Tsunade and Shizune ended up meeting up with Orochimaru, who stopped them. Kabuto there as well. The thing was, Naruto had his dragon scouting, and then Naruto heard about it. It was instantaneous. Kabuto was frightened, yes he was, as Naruto appeared, a blade pressed up against his throat. As Orochimaru was shocked to see him as well. It was then that Tsunade heard them call his name, Naruto. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play check with yourselves. So as we jump right into the new episode guys, begin now. As Naruto appeared in the clearing, sword pressed against Kabuto's throat. Kabuto quickly stopped as he backed off since he felt it draw a bit of blood. Hello Kabuto, Orochimaru. Did you miss me? Said Naruto. Naruto, said Kabuto, gritting his teeth. No need to get angry, you're acting like I did something bad to you, said Naruto. Wait, Naruto? As in, Sayori's son? Tsunade thought. Lady Tsunade, do you know this boy? Shizune asked, as she appeared next to her master. However, Tsunade was silent. So, I'm guessing that you need her to fix your arm, said Naruto. You should back out of our business, boy, Orochimaru said. See, I can't really do that, said Naruto. Kabuto, eliminate him, Orochimaru said. Oh, this guy? I'm guessing he did not tell you what happened during the Chunin exams. Orochimaru raised an eyebrow. He's the one that did Kabuto like that, he thought to himself. Orochimaru then glanced towards Tsunade. I'm going to count down from 5, she said. I suggest you leave, otherwise I'll make you. Please, try to remain calm. This could prove beneficial for both of us, Kabuto said, trying to calm the angry Tsunade. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She raised her fists. I'm offering to bring your dear little brother and beloved back to life. With the forbidden jutsu that I've developed, Orochimaru said, stopping Tsunade in her tracks. Wow, on top of being a slime ball, you're also a liar. I know what jutsu you're talking about, and you did not create it. You may have improved it, but you did not create it, said Naruto. Silence, boy! Orochimaru yelled at him before he turned towards Tsunade. I can't help but say, you haven't chased us off yet, so I guess we still have a dealing in the making, he said. Well, when you assume something, you're just making an ass of yourself when you are proven wrong, said Naruto, infuriating Orochimaru in the process. Shizune could not see his face. Who is this? He has quite the mouth on him, Shizune thought. What do you plan to do once your arms are restored to you, Tsunade asked. Well, you know me, Orochimaru said. I've never been one to lie. In addition to grabbing all I can this time around, I will destroy the Hidden Leaf once and for all, he said. You're going to destroy the Leaf Village? Shizune said in shock. She snapped her head towards her master. Lady Tsunade, do not trust them. Don't listen to their sweet words. Think of your brother and my uncle. They wouldn't want any part of this. If you're doing this, you will be betraying them. Be quiet, Shizune, said Tsunade. Don't decide now, but we'll be expecting your answer within a week. Keep in mind, if your answer is yes, this jutsu requires 2 human sacrifices. It will be your job to take care of that part. You already have Naruto right here, said Kabuto. How about you be the first one, said Naruto. You're only alive from our last fight because I left you alive. I say we kill them both here and now, said Shizune. I'm okay with that, said Naruto. Orochimaru bit his finger as blood dropped, as Tsunade froze up a bit. It's true. I may be a little bit weak now. However, our friend here has her own weakness, doesn't she? I see that you haven't lost it yet, have you? Your fear of blood. Come, it's time. We're going, Kabuto. I'm looking forward towards your decision, Tsunade. And I'm sure that you will make the right one. Kabuto brought his hand down using a diversion, as he quickly used that to leave. Damn it. I should have attacked when I had the chance, said Naruto. Naruto? Shizune said, looking towards him. Do I know you? Said Naruto. No, I'm Shizune, Lady Tsunade's assistant. Ah, of course, said Naruto. I'm Naruto Uchiha Namikaze. Nice to meet you, he said. So, she said, what are you doing out here? Well, I'm actually looking for her, said Naruto as he turned towards Tsunade. As she was able to see his full face for the first time. He looked like a replica of Minato, except dark hair, and his eyes are a bit darker. So, I guess it's about time that we finally met, said Naruto as he looked her over. This isn't exactly how I wanted to meet you, said Tsunade. Wait, so you were planning on seeing me and Natsume, said Naruto. Sort of. I just didn't want to set foot in Konoha. Well, Konoha is kind of the reason why I'm here. Let's go get something to eat, she said. I'll listen to what you have to say there. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be, Naruto thought to himself. Time skip at the restaurant. Alright, what does Konoha want with me? Tsunade asks. They want you to become the Hokage, said Naruto. Nope, she said to him. Why not, said Naruto. It's a fool's job. All the previous Hokage was someone I was close to, and they all died. It's also the reason why my brother and Dan died, said Tsunade. The Hokages all died protecting the village. Well, not Hoshirama Senju. No one really knew how he died, said Naruto. Your brother and your lover weren't even Hokage. So how does this affect them, said Naruto. Because that was their dream, and them chasing that dream caused them to die, as she drank some of her sake. Then you should become Hokage, said Naruto. I just said no, she said once again. Don't become Hokage for the village. Do it for them. You becoming Hokage would be achieving their dream for them. The village needs a powerful leader, and if you don't do it, they would go after Jiraiya or Danzo. And Jiraiya doesn't want the job, said Naruto. Tsunade lowered her head as she seemed to be thinking about it. Come on, late Tsunade. You are already an inspiration to many kunoichis on the medical field. Think about the effects that you will have on them if you became the first female Kage ever. That, and you can be close to Naruto and Natsume. I don't know, she said. If you won't become Hokage, can you at least do me a favor then? It was another reason I was brought on this mission to find you. She glanced up, which reminds me, who else is on this mission? Jiraiya and Natsume. We split up to find you and they're still looking for you, said Naruto. I see. So what do you want from me, she said. My mom died from some kind of disease, and our medical corps suck. They couldn't even come up with the slightest idea about what was wrong with her. I've written down all her symptoms, notes I've made, and failed attempts to try to find a cure. You're the best medical ninja alive, so I wanted to give this to you and see if you can figure it out. As Naruto gave her a book, Tsunade opened said book. You wrote all of this down, she said. Yeah, why, said Naruto. It's not bad. It's actually pretty impressive and detailed. Are you trained to become medical ninja, Shizune asks. No, but I have been studying it, said Naruto. Although I mostly focus on all aspects of being a ninja. I'm also trying to make medical seals. What would they do, Shizune asks. My idea is to have them cure all or most poisons. Heal minor wounds or some major wounds that don't include broken bone or torn ligaments. Restore chakra flow if needed. Store blood flow if someone is bleeding out. Until proper medical attention is given, said Naruto. The both of them were shocked. You came up with this idea all on your own, Shizune asks. Yeah, said Naruto. Tell me, said Tsunade, did any of the doctors have any notes on this? Yes, I copied them to compare them to mine, said Naruto as he handed her another book. Your notes are actually better than theirs. Your idea for a cure is sort of in the right direction. From the symptoms that you have listed, it's definitely a lung disease. I'll have to test you myself to see if you have it as well. Does that mean you're coming back with me, said Naruto. I suppose, she said. Should we find Jiraiya and your sister? Tsunade, a voice called out. Tsunade glanced up as she saw Jiraiya coming inside. Hey, you found her first, Natsume said. Well, I am better than you, said Naruto. As Natsume glared at him. We've been looking all over for you, Tsunade, said Jiraiya. You clearly did not look hard enough. He was able to find me all by himself. Wow, Pervy Sage was right. You do have some humongous melons. How do you get them like that? Said Natsume as Jiraiya started to pale. Excuse me, said Tsunade. That's all this pervert was talking about the entire time. How big did you say they were again? 106 centimeters? Is that so, said Tsunade. Yeah, but enough of that. Where the hell have you been? I could have used someone like you in my life, said Natsume. I was out on a self-exile. However, you don't need to worry about that. I'm coming back with you. Really? Said Jiraiya. I thought I would have to pay off your debt or something. It's all paid off. I won the jackpot. What happened? Said Jiraiya. Our former teammate contacted me. He wanted me to heal his arms in order for him to destroy the village my grandfather built. He was planning to use the reanimation jutsu to revive Dan and Nawaki if I healed him. What was your answer? Clearly if I'm coming back with you. Isn't that enough answer for you, she said. Man, Pervisage, your old age must be catching up with you. She's older than me, said Jiraiya. Bam! Tsunade fist slammed right into his face, launching him right through the restaurant. Whoa, can you teach me that, said Natsume. No, I can't. Why not? Because you need great chakra control. And given your status, your chakra is constantly growing. It will never be at a point where you be able to fully control it to this degree, she said. You just have too much. Oh man, that sucks, said Natsume. Relax. You still have your Keiki Genkai. Oh yeah. Wait, you have a Keiki Genkai? Said Tsunade. Yep. Me and the first Hokage have the same one. I know a few jutsus for it as well. Let me guess. You were trained by a certain Anbu. How did you know about that, Natsume asked. Somebody with the same powers of my grandfather mysteriously shows up, and you don't think I would know about it. The only reason I didn't know about you was because I left the village and I lost all communication with them. As Jiraiya finally came back to the table. Can you teach me some jutsus for it? Asked Natsume. I can supervise you working on them, and give you some jutsus from the Senju Vault. Only I can access it since I created it, she said. One more question, Natsume said, as she got a bit nervous, as Naruto knew what she was about to ask. What is it? Asked Tsunade. Would you like to spend time together to, get to know each other? Maybe something like a mother-daughter bond. I mean, I never really know my mom, she said. Where is this coming from? Tsunade asked. Not to my side, you know what? Never mind, she said. I'll see you guys at the hotel. As she walked off. What's wrong with her? Shizune asked. Ask him, said Naruto as he looked toward Jiraiya. It's her fault why she was even nervous to ask the question. As he left, Naruto sunned Shin inside Natsume's room. Are you alright? He said. How do you know I wasn't naked? She said. Because you already took your one shower for the week, said Naruto with a grin, making her smile at him, as she pulled her knees to her chest. What's going on? Said Naruto. Is there something wrong with me? She said. What do you mean? Said Naruto. Like, why does anyone want to get to know me? I want to know what it's like to have parents. Oh, trust me, said Naruto. There's nothing wrong with you. Clearly there is. Pervisage doesn't want to spend time with me other than training. And you saw Tsunade just basically reject the idea. It's different with you, she said. Besides, I'm a girl as well. I had to learn certain things on my own. And you can only help me so much, she said, looking at Naruto. And yet, no one else wants to get to know me. Look, said Naruto. Tsunade never said that she didn't want to know you. You have to remember, she never really had kids. And that question kind of surprised her a bit, said Naruto. So I am sure that she just doesn't know how to react. Then what about everyone else, said Natsume. Naruto sighed. You don't fully understand how politics around you being a jinchuriki works, do you? What do you mean? She said, confused. It was like anyone didn't want to teach you or adopt you. It's just they couldn't, said Naruto. The old man didn't want you to fall in the hands of anything evil within the village. And because of the power that you contain, the clan that we would end up with would get immensely more powerful. Unfortunately, they met in the middle. The only way that you could be adopted was if a civilian family adopted you. When Dad died, the civilians were able to get so much power in between that, and the old man taking over, that he was barely able to do pretty much anything. Even from allowing normal shinobis to watch over you and, well, being there for you. But why didn't he just take away their power? I mean, he was a Hokage, right? It's because he was already Hokage before, said Naruto. The only way power can be stripped from a civilian council or changing up things major is if A new Hokage is appointed. That's another reason why it's so crucial for Tsunade to become Hokage. Fine then. We need to hurry up and get her ass back to the village, said Natsume. We have to deal with Orochimaru first, said Naruto. Oh yeah, said Natsume. There was a knock on the door. We didn't order room service, said Natsume. I'm not an employee, said Tsunade from the other side. Natsume opened the door. What do you want, she said. I want to take you up on your offer. When we get back to the village, we can do, what you asked earlier, she said. You won't change your mind at the last minute, would you? Said Natsume. No. Any questions you have, I'll answer them. Actually, I do have some questions. Girl to lady, said Natsume. Well, I guess that's where I'll leave, said Naruto, as he sunshine away. Meanwhile, unknown area. Orochimaru was fuming. That boy is getting on my last nerve. It's obvious that he's looking for Tsunade as well. It's best to eliminate him right now to avoid any complications that might arise in the future, said Kabuto. I can go and eliminate him, Kabuto said. No. Going alone may be too difficult, even for me. At the moment, I have no use of my arms, and in my state, I would have to use a stone fort to eliminate him. Surely you must be joking, said Orochimaru. Do I look to be joking? Orochimaru said. Awashi of the Hidden Stone was once recommended to become the fourth Shikage, and that was a long time ago. His strength has grown ever since. I am not in a proper state to even fight right now, Orochimaru said. And I watched that child eliminate Awashi. What should we do, Kabuto asked. Leave him be for now. His time will come eventually, and I will have 2 pairs of Sharingan eyes. While everyone was dealing with their preparations, Naruto went back to the Dragon Realm, as Tsunade was found. However, they had to deal with Orochimaru and Kabuto as well. Time skip. A week has passed since Tsunade agreed to return and be the Hokage. During that time, Natsume spent almost all day with her to try and build a bond with her, and it was working rather well. Naruto, on the other hand, spent the entire week away training with Catalina and Drago. During that time, Natsume finally learned the Rasengan. However, she was struggling a bit, so she had to use a clone to perform it. Jiraiya was out doing his own thing, trying to take Natsume's money to go to the brothel houses. So Natsume tricked him. She gave him her wallet, however, there was nothing inside but paper, and at the same time she stole his wallet. And her, Shizune, and Tsunade went out shopping. Speaking of Shizune, she was becoming like an older sister figure to Natsume, as she was teaching her better chakra control. Tsunade and Shizune was wondering why Naruto wasn't spending time with them. Natsume told him that it wasn't anything personal. He just wanted her to get to know them first before he joined in. Compared to her, Naruto already had Kurina and Anko, so he wasn't in that a rush. He just wanted Natsume to be happy. At the moment, all of them were in the room, as they were discussing a plan to defeat Orochimaru. Naruto wasn't there though. So why can't I fight Orochimaru, Natsume asked. Because he would easily defeat you. The only way for you to at least defeat him in the state that he's in right now was for you to use more of the Nine-Tails power. And things might get even worse if you go that far. Fine, I'll take on Kabuto then, Natsume said. We should be able to take him on together, Shizune said. No offense, but I feel a lot safer taking him on with Naruto at my side. You're more like a support ninja. Oh, don't you worry. I can handle myself, Shizune said. Shizune is more than capable of handling her own. She's able to fight in close combat with any Jonin, said Tsunade. If you say so, said Natsume. Does anyone know when Naruto is coming back, Shizune asks. I haven't heard anything from Tatsu since he went there, but he should know that the week is up. He'll be here. The Toad said that he was bonding with his familiar, trying to get in sync with him or her. I can't believe he already has a dragon contract. Sayori did not get it until she was 17, Tsunade said. Not only that, I'm surprised that he was able to summon a legendary dragon after he sealed himself away before we were even born. Oh yeah, that was awesome. He kicked Shukaku's ass like they were nothing when they fought. You were there, said Tsunade, looking towards Natsume. Yeah. Gamabunta didn't feel like fighting another tail beast, so Naruto summoned that super powerful dragon, Natsume said. Time skip. The next day, they could not let Orochimaru know that Tsunade was not going to accept his offer because he would run for the hills, knowing that Jiraiya would be there as well. So they had to make it look convincing, that is why. Tsunade drug Jiraiya, however, it would wear off by the time they meet up with Orochimaru. They were being watched. Someone was right around the corner watching them, eavesdropping on their conversation. She knocked out Shizune, making the person see as well, and let Natsume sleep. Before she left out, the person was there watching the group. It was their job to keep an eye on them. They might even think of going in and executing all of them now until Naruto arrived. So let me get this straight. She drugged Perfect Sage, knocked out Shizune, and basically trained you till you got sleepy enough to leave you without you waking up, said Naruto. That's about right, Shizune said. So, now we have 2 rogue Sanins instead of 1, said Naruto. And how were you able to get drugged by her, said Naruto. Shut up, she caught me off guard, said Jiraiya. I bet she caught you off guard because you were staring at her chest. Well, said Jiraiya, even after all these years, you're still a pervert towards her, said Naruto. Can't you keep it in check? I'm still surprised that you haven't hit on Shizune yet. Oh, he tried to, but she laughed in his face, said Natsume. The person quickly vanished as Jiraiya glanced toward the side. As Natsume jumped up off the bed. Alright, that's enough teasing, said Jiraiya. We have to go find Tsunade as he got to his feet. Finally, it's time to kick some ass, Natsume said. Meanwhile, with Tsunade. Well, Tsunade, what would your answer be, Orochimaru said. I'll heal your arms, but in exchange, you keep your hands off the village, said Tsunade. Orochimaru chuckled. Very well. Shall we get started? As she started to walk forward. However, right before Tsunade made contact with her jutsu, Kabuto launched a kuna right in the center. Damn it, he's early, thought Tsunade. Kabuto, what are you doing? Unfortunately, my lord, that jutsu would have done you more harm than good. What is the meaning of this? Tsunade, after all I offer you, have you come to betray me, Orochimaru said. However, Tsunade ignored him and looked towards Kabuto. Good job, kid. You managed to detect something that even Orochimaru could not. But you're forgetting one thing. Oh, and what's that? I'm the world's greatest medic. That attack was just a decoy for her. The real thing, she yelled, before she snapped her fingers. Orochimaru started to yell out in pain. What did you do to me, he yelled. It's a secret, she said. She appeared in front of Kabuto as she slammed her fist into his face. My arms, Orochimaru said. As Tsunade backhanded him right through the wall. That's only the beginning, she said. She leaped. Orochimaru had to jump away as her fists destroyed the entire place. Orochimaru pulled himself together. She clearly hasn't slacked off in her training like I thought she would. Kabuto helped him properly get to his feet. So that was our monstrous strength. Not as strong as people made it out to be, Kabuto said, trying to downplay what he just saw. Don't be fooled, Kabuto. That was nothing more than a mere fraction of her true strength. What's the matter? Afraid to fight me, said Tsunade as she took her jacket off. Taijutsu was never really my forte, but I can manage. Kabuto went to handstand, activating his chakra scalpels. He sank on the ground as he reappeared, but she jumped away. She swung her fist towards him as Kabuto stepped back. However, her leg slammed into his chest with tremendous force. Kabuto was thrown as he slammed into a boulder. However, he popped a pill into his mouth as he got right back up as he sped towards her. He tried to outplay her in speed and reflex. However, he was wrong, dead wrong. Kabuto could not keep up as she was ready for this until Orochimaru jumped in, a brutal kick towards her skull. However, she ducked underneath it. But Kabuto was right there as he tapped her right in the thigh, cutting her muscles. Tsunade flipped back on one feet as she healed herself in an instant before rejoining the fight. She was doing well on her own, forcing the both of them to retreat. She slammed her fist in the ground, throwing gigantic debris towards them. Oh come on, it's 2 against 1, and you can't even keep up, said Tsunade. How about this then, said Kabuto as he cut his arm and splashed it towards her. It made Tsunade freeze. Such a shame someone as respected as you has such a pitiful fear. Kabuto, finish her, Orochimaru said. Of course, Kabuto rushed forward, aiming for her heart until she grabbed his wrist. Kabuto was shocked. Fool, she said. She kicked him. Several of his ribs snapped in the process as he coughed up blood, throwing him back, slamming head first right into the wall. Kabuto was dizzy, seeing stars. One kick and yet he was already in his bad condition. What's going on? Said Kabuto confused. I spent the last week training with a teenager who wouldn't stop training until she was nearly dead. I had to spend the last week healing several wounds that was covered in blood. I guess it allowed me to kick my fear, said Tsunade. That doesn't excuse your strength, being at this level, said Kabuto as he coughed up more blood. I am one of the legendary Sannin. I am years above you, boy, she said. Just because you got a bit of medical knowledge doesn't mean that you're anywhere close to me. And that's not even counting my strength, she said. Besides, I've been on the lam for a few years now. I only allow people to find me that I want to find me. Spending enough time with Jiraiya, I had to pick up a thing or two. And I never stop on my training, she said. So you can say that I'm far better than I was a few years ago. Kabuto, now Orochimaru said. As Kabuto jumped over, his mouth still leaking blood. As he quickly used it, using it on Orochimaru's arm, summoning jutsu. A gigantic snake appeared. What the hell do you want, Orochimaru? Summoning jutsu, poof. A slug appeared. Lady Tsunade. Ah, I see Manda is here, said Katsuya. Katsuya, it's been quite some time since we saw each other. Manda said, looking over toward the slug. Orochimaru, I want 500 sacrifices after this. Boom! A toad crash landed in the area. We're not too late, are we? Jiraiya asked, as he, Shizune, Naruto and Natsuma were on top of Gamabunta's head. Not at all, said Tsunade. Ah, Amanda, I've been itching for a fight with you. I could use that new toad wallet, said Gamabunta. Naruto, look, it's Kabuto, said Natsumai. I can see that. Hey Kabuto, are you ready for a repeat of the Chunin exams? Naruto asked. Don't get cocky. I held back on you, said Kabuto. Well then, why don't you prove it? Naruto said. Kabuto opened his mouth, but he had to duck as a gigantic cleaver sword was sent towards his head as it returned back to Natsumai. Nice, said Naruto. How many times did you fail at that? He asked. None. It's like the sword automatically come back. It's used to my chakra, Natsumai said. Well then, shall we kick some ass? Naruto asked. Yes. As the both of them vanished, Kabuto narrowed his eyes, preparing himself until Natsumai appeared and swung the blade. He jumped over it until Naruto slammed a brutal kick in his chest, launching him away. Natsumai had all the resistance seals deactivated and her speed was insane. But despite that, Naruto's were still on, and he was still faster. Kabuto was being messed up really badly. As Natsumai ended up slicing his stomach, a huge gash appeared as blood started to leak. As Naruto sliced him on the arm and kicked him, Natsumai punched him right in the face. Kabuto staggered back. He was healing himself as Naruto held his arm up. Chidori bailed in a second as he rushed forward. He had to turn his body just in time as Naruto slammed it right into his right shoulder instead of his heart, as Kabuto was lucky that he moved. Natsumai was going to finish it though as he shoved a Rasengan right into his stomach. His hand came up at the right moment though as he tapped her on the chest with his hand glowing before he was blown away as he slammed right into a boulder. Naruto then caught Natsumai as she fell over. Shizune, he yelled. Shizune rushed over. What's wrong? Kabuto, he caught the muscles near her heart, said Naruto. He wasn't skilled enough to fix something like that yet. Don't worry, I'll handle it, said Shizune as she quickly placed Natsumai on the ground, who was breathing heavily. Over the other side. Looks like your little protege is down for the count, said Jiraiya. Those damn brats. I should have killed them when I had the chance, Orochimaru said. He then noticed Natsumai. Seems like your protege is also dying as well. She'll be fine. She's tougher than most experienced shinobi, and besides, she's gonna become Hokage one day. Oh? The job that cost your beloved dad and little brother Nawaki. You actually believe she can become Hokage? It's a fool's job, said Orochimaru. Then what does that make you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you wanted to become Hokage once, and you threw a temper tantrum when, since they chose Minato over you, said Jiraiya. And if the Hokage job is a fool job, well then, consider me a fool because from now on, you're looking at the 5th Hokage fading leaf. And my first action is to kill you, said Tsunade, as she jumped off the slug head. As she started to take on Orochimaru by herself, Orochimaru was more agile though, as he kept on twisting and moving his body out of the way. He saw open as he kicked her off Manda, however Jiraiya caught her hand and threw her back towards him, as Jiraiya landed on top of the snake head as well. Orochimaru now had a hard time keeping up. Every time he would duck out of the way from Tsunade, a knee or fist slammed into his gut or face from Jiraiya. Eventually he had to jump off Manda as Katsuya spatter acid on Manda and start to burn his skin. Gamabunta went to cut Manda's head off, but he sunk on the ground. Orochimaru extended his neck and wrapped it around Jiraiya's throat, which is a big mistake, as Jiraiya ended up spinning throwing Orochimaru outwards towards Tsunade, who slammed her fist into him. Several bones in his body shattered upon contact. He had no choice but to regurgitate himself out of his mouth. Manda burst him on the ground, wrapped around the slug, but Katsu burst herself into smaller slugs to escape. Jiraiya uses Swamp of the Underworld to trap Manda. Gamabunta leap and slice, however Manda ran away, going back to the summoning world. Orochimaru now knew that he was screwed as he turned, seeing Naruto back turn. As he was looking down toward his sister, he shot forward, his hand extended, as he was gonna pluck those Sharingan eyes out. However, as his hand was inches away from Naruto, Orochimaru found himself in water. Stuck. What is this? How did I? As he saw sharks coming towards him. Kabuto arrived. As he had just taken 2 pills, his body was severely damaged. However, the pills were keeping him up. He didn't die from the Rasengan, but his internal organs were pretty messed up right now. It was a surprise that he could still stand. He forced chakra into his master. Orochimaru was forcing chakra out as well. Orochimaru gasped as he broke out of the genjutsu. What was that? It was even stronger than Itachi's. Orochimaru said in shock. It took both him and Kabuto to break him out of it. Him from the inside pushing and Kabuto from the outside. If Kabuto did not apply his own chakra, Orochimaru was sure that he wouldn't have been able to break out. What's the matter, Snake Face? Said Naruto. You look like you just experienced something bad. Damn brat. Kabuto, we're leaving now. Kabuto pulled out the explosive notes. Naruto went through hand sign as the earth wall came up. The thing exploded. They used the process to slip on the ground. Run away like a coward once again, said Naruto. Hey, how's Natsumai? She's fine. The Ninetale accelerated her healing. She'll be just fine. Damn it. He got away again, said Jiraiya. We'll get him eventually. For now, let's head back. As Naruto picked up Natsumai and placed her over his shoulder, Tsunade looked towards him. Would you like to come to dinner with us tonight, she asked. I guess, said Naruto. Poof. Yo, Naruto, Tatsu said. Yeah? I got a message for you from Temari. Who's Temari? Tsunade asked. Whoa, you didn't tell me that you knew Tsunade Senju, Tatsu said. You didn't ask, said Naruto. Right. Anyways, Temari's his girlfriend, Tatsu said. You have a girlfriend, said Shizune. She's not my girlfriend, said Naruto. Sure she is not, said Tatsu. As Jiraiya tried to peep over Naruto's shoulder. What does it say? Oh, it says right here, none of your business, said Naruto. Must be a love letter. Come on, tell me, what did she describe in that note? It's not that, you perverted idiot, said Naruto. As he clenched his fists. What's wrong, said Tsunade. The council is trying to get Temari to marry Sasuke, despite there being no official Hokage to sign off on anything, which is illegal, said Naruto, as he clenched his fists. Naruto went through hand signs, summoning jutsu, poof. Dash appeared. Ah, Naruto, he said. What's up? Nothing much, said Naruto, just really pissed off at the moment. Can you get us back to Konoha fast? Dash smirked. It will be my pleasure. Alright everyone, get on, said Naruto. Wow, Shizune said, looking towards the giant beast. She never expected that she'll be riding on one. Well, ever. Meanwhile, sometime earlier. What did you just say? Said Temari. As the village of the sand was at a pause for Temari right now, as she wondered if she had misheard what they said. We received a proposal from Konoha for arranged marriage between you and Sasuke Uchiha. A council member said. How are they able to do such thing? There is no Hokage, said Temari. This has the official Kage stamp, a council member said. That's bullshit, and I'm not doing it, said Temari. This is for the betterment of the village, another council member said. No, this is for the betterment of your pockets. I am the daughter of the late Kazekage, and no, marriage proposal will be accepted without proper consent, without me and my brothers. It's not happening, she said. Lady Temari, you must be logical about this. Our village needs this, and Konoha is offering much in return. If the village is so desperate for something, how about you go to the daimyo, who's responsible for us being in the situation in the first place? Someone walked in. What's going on? As it was none other than Gaara. We have an offer from Konoha to boost our village economy. It's an arranged marriage between Temari and Sasuke Uchiha. A council member spoke. No, said Gaara. What? I said no, Gaara said. We can have this sent to the fire daimyo, and he will approve of it. A council member said. He would have to go to Konoha anyway before proving it, said Temari. My answer is also no, said Conqueror as he came in. We will meet again later. This meeting is dismissed, a council member said. Temari turned. Thanks guys, she said, looking towards both of them. No problem. If the arranged marriage was Naruto then, we would have approved it. That made her blush. Shut it, she said. Even if it was him, I would still refuse. I don't want to be in an arranged marriage, she said. Tuh, you say that now, said Conqueror as she bashed him over the head with her fan. I approve of Naruto, said Gaara as he grabbed Conqueror and left. Idiots, said Temari, as she used a special seal that Naruto gave her to summon Tatsu. Hi Temari, said Tatsu. Hey Tatsu, I need you to give this to Naruto. It's very important. Sure thing. I'll make sure your boyfriend gets this in no time. He's not my boyfriend, Temari said as Tatsu poofed away. Time skip. It did not take too long for them to return back to Konoha. Everyone was staring in awe as they saw Tsunade. Along the way, both Naruto and Natsume were being treated like royalty, which was really annoying them. The village tried to act like Natsume wasn't mistreated for 13 years, and that wasn't sitting well with them. They got to the council room as they found elders Homura and Koharu waiting for them. Lady Tsunade, it is good to see you again, Koharu said. Yes, we were nearly starting to prepare to select another Hokage, Homura said. Well, I'm here now, said Tsunade. Yes, we will send word to the daimyo and have you officially sworn in as a Hokage, he continued. Do we really have to do that, said Tsunade. Yes, Homura said. Fine. I'll do the ceremony, she said. Who will you select as your assistant? Shizune will be my assistant, Tsunade said. That is acceptable. Anything you want to know before you head to your office? Yes. Why is there arranged marriage between Uchiha Sasuke and Temari of the Sun without the consent of the Hokage? What? Kaoru asks. There is no such thing. If anything like that were to happen, we will know of it. Besides, there was even a Hokage to sign it off, said Homura. It seems like someone has been abusing their power while there was a transition between Hokages. Gather the council. It's time for some long overdue changes to happen. Of course, Homura said. If I may, how did you find out about this, Koharu asks. Apparently Naruto and Temari are really good friends. They kept in contact through his summons, and she told him about it. Seems like someone proposed the marriage under the pretense that we would give them more money, missions, and more land, said Tsunade. Yeah, you can't marry his girlfriend off to someone else, said Natsume. She's not my girlfriend, said Naruto. Liar. I saw her kiss you on the cheek. Anko and Kurenai kiss me on the cheek all the time. I'm not dating them, said Naruto. That's different. They're like your older sister. Temari's not your sister. So you're dating. Whatever, said Naruto. Speaking of Kurenai, her, Asuma Sarutobi and Kakashi fought against Itachi Uchiha and Kisame, Hashigaki, and at the moment Kakashi and Sasuke are in the hospital comatose. Say Koharu, I know, I was informed already. I'll heal them before the meeting. Can we go, said Naruto as he looked towards Tsunade. She nodded her head. At Kurenai's apartment. Come on Kurenai, he'll be fine. He has not sent a letter through Tatsu, and he's on that mission. Kurenai said to Anko, they're going after Natsume and I know that he will do whatever it takes to protect her. True, but he's a big boy. We can't treat him like a kid anymore. I guess you're right, said Kurenai. Yo, said Naruto as he appeared. The moment he did, Anko grabbed him in a tight hug. You had us so worried. Why didn't you send a letter through Tatsu? Are you hurt? Do you need medical assistance? Let me see, she said, checking over him. Whatever about him being a big boy and not treating him like a kid anymore, said Kurenai. That was mainly for you, Anko said. I'm fine, said Naruto. You weren't this worried than I thought. A deranged stone ninja and the Chunin exams are the tail beast, said Naruto. That was different, Anko said. Where's Natsume? With our godmother, said Naruto. Tsunade is back? Yes. She will become the new Hokage. Really? No disrespect, but why her? She hasn't been in this village for about 20 years now. It was either her or Jiraiya or Danzo. Take your pick. Never mind, said Uncle. So, how did Kakashi hold up between Kisame and Itachi? He wasn't alone. Me, him, and Asuma were there. After they snuck in looking for Natsume, we lost. Kakashi's Sharingan was no match for Itachi's Sharingan. In the end, my guy appeared, and they ended up leaving. My genjutsu wouldn't even work on him. Who? Said Naruto. Itachi. Naruto raised an eyebrow. What's with that look? I'm just confused. I mean, why would you try to use genjutsu on Itachi? Your genjutsu didn't even work on me, said Naruto. Uncle started to laugh. I still can't believe that you tried to use genjutsu on Itachi. Okay, I get it, Kernai said. So what happened on the mission to get Tsunade, Uncle said. Oh, not much. Natsume was bonding with Tsunade and Shizune. I was off with the dragon, said Naruto. So you didn't even attempt to try and bond with them, Kernai said. I didn't see the point. Natsume needs it more than me, said Naruto. She doesn't know what it's like to have a family, other than myself. Don't get me wrong, I understand that she's my godmother, but I think I've grown out of that phase, said Naruto. I'm fine. I still think that you should get to know her, said Kernai. I will. Sometime soon, said Naruto. Fine. Now let's talk about your girlfriend, Uncle said. As Naruto sighed. Time skip. A month later. 1 month since Tsunade took over, and a lot has changed. Now that she was Hokage, she could finally start her medical program. Tsunade went through each and every council member and several of them were removed from their position. Also, there was laws that prevented the high businesses within Konoha to pay taxes. Since Hiruzen hadn't been in charge, as he had been laxated in, before the Hokage's death, they had got in and placed several laws, which Tsunade shattered all and every one of them. They pay 14 years of back taxes and also, they got sent to jail for 5 years. Tsunade torn up the contract between Temari and Sasuke. When she was not training with Kakashi or Team 7, Natsume was by Tsunade's side. As for Sasuke, he was getting worse. After the recent failure to defeat Itachi, Sasuke was getting worse and worse. 3 people were recommended to become Chunin. One of them was Natsume, the other was Shikamaru, and the other was Naruto. Sasuke was furious at that. As a Senju component has been locked, well, what remained of it has been locked down ever since, as Tsunade brought Natsume inside. After all, she had the Monkey-don genes. As for Naruto, he has been constantly out on missions. In this month alone, he has done 5 C-rank missions, 7 B-rank. Of course, he was still being watched by Danzo and his group of Root Anfu. Danzo was fearing every day even more, as Naruto was getting stronger and stronger. As Naruto ended up telling Natsume about Danzo, and about the root shinobis that she sent after him for the past few years. That's, well, Naruto has been protecting himself from and her as well. Things didn't end well. Natsume had barged in on a meeting, unannounced. She had walked straight up to Danzo. He didn't expect the child to make this blatant move as she punched him right in the face. Well, with Natsume, you never know. Tsunade had no choice but to suspend her. They had no evidence on Danzo. However, it was only for 2 weeks. After all, she did punch one of the village elders right in his face, almost shattering his jaw completely. At the moment, Naruto just returned from an A-rank mission. I'm back, said Naruto. I can see that. How did the mission go, Tsunade asked. I was able to escort her back to her village, said Naruto. There were a few bandits and a rogue ninja, but the mission was successful. Who was the missing nin? Kagura. Apparently she wanted to be your apprentice before she went rogue, said Naruto as he tossed her a scroll. What's this? Her body. You were able to kill her. She was a member of the Underworld before she went rogue. Yeah, but that was almost 20 years ago. And it didn't help that she only had Kinjutsu skills. Although her use of chakra strings were a bit annoying, I got the job done. Tsunade unsealed the body. She's riddled with stab wounds, she said. Yeah. I made her kill herself. What? Genjutsu, said Naruto. I made it seem like she used her knife to stab me all over, when in fact she was actually stabbing herself, said Naruto. I see. I'll make sure to give you the pay for her bounty by the end of the week. Thanks, said Naruto as Shizune came in the office. Lady Tsunade, the leader of the rebellion Kira force is here. Meet Terumi. Send her in, said Tsunade as she sealed back away the body. Yes, ma'am. As Naruto glanced towards the door, first 2 people walked in. It must be her guards. A boy with blue hair had a gigantic sword in his back, and there was an older fellow there with an eye patch. Greetings, Lady Tsunade, the woman said. She finally stepped in. I am Mei Terumi. These are my bodyguards, Ayo and Kojiro. Me, Ayo, Kojiro. It's a pleasure to meet you all, she said. I understand you want to discuss something important with me, said Tsunade. Yes, said Mei as she was gestured to have a seat. As Naruto was still in the office, watching all of this unfold. As he heard what Shizune said right, as she controlled the rebellion. It was then that Naruto noticed something about that guy's eye, the one that was referred to as Ayo. as he wondered what was under the patch. He didn't know why, but it was just something that he noticed. But guys, be subscribed right here. If you want to see next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Don't forget to go ahead and check out what if Naruto became the fastest speedster in the multiverse, guys. Yes, I do indeed have 4 channels which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead, shatter that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family. And thank you for all for your help and your support. And yeah, without further ado or wasting more time, what do you say we jump right out of this episode? See you guys soon. Peace.